Hi everybody. So I created a video yesterday, posted it, and actually I deleted it today just because I had a realization of where I'm going with this channel, and why all of a sudden I'm deciding to just share all these teary moments and sharing my, yes, I want to be authentic, vulnerable, open, and raw with my emotions, and I still believe in that. But in a way, it started being in such a way that in my last video it was sharing, all being teary and sharing my feelings of regret, like making wrong decisions after one after another, and not knowing where I'm going. And I see this pattern kind of almost returning, my whole life. I didn't even know. I was just copying from someone else, in my family, this victim mentality. I'm not talking about being actually a victim of, things happening in your life, but the victim mentality that we tend to create an identity around this, the martyrdom and the victim mentality, and it's how you look at life and yourself, in a way, in this helpless, hopeless kind of way, and blaming the world or blaming everyone else for things. And I've stepped out of this role. I've realized, and it doesn't look good on me. It doesn't look good on me. And now, after I had quit my job a year and a half ago, and I was kind of had so much power and energy to create and do, and and be more free to be, I all of a sudden defaulted back into that, kind of caged person, feeling suffocated and feeling, like a victim again. And that's what I sensed in my videos, and especially my last one, although it ended, with me seeing what I need to do and, go through this. But I really don't want to go back into that mentality, or base my channel on that. I want to be authentic and vulnerable, but not create videos where I default back into that kind of mentality. My idea is to share my experiences and be inspired myself as I speak, and inspire others if they hear what I have to share. So, you know today I was reading something, and it just dawned on me, the idea about self-worth. And even in creating videos like this, right, it's like, if I don't put value in myself, confidence of what I have to share, put value in myself, worth, feel self-worth, this is what's going to show, right, will show to others in anything you do, any creative self-expression or anything you do. In my whole life, I've been, complaining and blaming, why are people treating me so bad? Why are people insulting me without me insulting them? Why are they not respecting me? And you know what I've realized? I mean, they're just a mirror. They're just showing me I don't put value in myself. I see as myself as being not worthy of anything, right? Of respect. I don't respect myself. I don't value myself. I don't put that value in me that I want to see in people, valuing me. So how can I expect people to value me if I don't value myself, right? So this is one of the reasons I wanted to even delete that video, and I want to take a different path, and not the path of the, going into the victim mentality and showing how down I am on myself, and in how, self-loathing, all the self-loathing and self-hatred and all that stuff. But actually, I want to take a different path. I want to take a different path and start finally putting value in myself, kind of cultivating that self-worth for myself. And I want to go down that path. No more, I mean, yes, if I'm emotional, I will show my emotions, how I feel, but I'm sick and tired of putting myself down, of not putting value in myself, and devaluing myself to nothing. And so this is pretty much what I wanted to share. I'm sick of that. And even at times I think I look snobby. I look like arrogant in the way I express myself. And I want to change that, but then I go, instead of being humbled, I go into acting like a victim, like a less than person. So I kind of probably don't know how to go from this mask that I've put on it sometimes, when you sound like snobby and arrogant, and going all the way to the other side is being like dirt, lower than dirt. And it's somehow like all of it is a mask, right? All of it is a mask. And so I'm learning how to just be true, be authentic, and not be one side or the other. Not, both are masks, both are not really me. So I'm just navigating through it, and I really want to express my true self without devaluing myself or inflating somehow the ego, talking like I know what I'm talking about, or like I'm an expert, like I'm better than, right? And it's just a mask. It's not how I feel. So it's crazy. But so that's what I wanted to share. And it's time for me and for anyone else who is feeling the same way to finally put value, see the value in ourselves, in myself, and not expect to see it from others before we see it in ourselves, right? So that's about it.